Attention, duelists! Greetings here, bringing you the Monday Master Duel Watch and Learn. Let's hop right in. We're not even looking at what the options are. We're just going to do it. I hope all of you had a good week. I myself had a great one. Did an all-day EDH games, Magic style. You understand what I'm saying? Tons of fun. I know I've done a little bit of MTG Arena here and there, but if there's any interest in seeing the actual decks I play in the real world, let me know. I might make something of it. Guys rocking Manadium. Opponent fires off Tenny Spirit Shatana. Duelist A responds with Max C. Duelist B has the called by to respond. Called by is banished, does not resolve. Shatana will resolve and summons itself. Duelist B activates Triple Tactics, looking at the opponent's hand, getting rid of Peaceful Planet. Then normal summons Zep Ruby of the Godi, syncs it together with Shatana for Arenapos. Arenapos uses its effect, banishing from the deck Schiff. Passes turn to Duelist A. Duelist A draws Reichart. During the standby phase, Schiff's effect will activate to summon itself. The second Max C goes through, but players do not read the game. Called by negates the effect for a turn cycle, which means both players, so that second one is still negated. Schiff is brought out. Scareclaw Reichart is summoned, and will add Scareclaw Arrival. Reichart will then link away for Lightheart. Lightheart will add Reichphobia. Activates the Reichphobia, adding Vizos Starfrost to hand. Starfrost will use its effect, trying to pop Lightheart. Schiff will chain. Schiff's effect, syncing itself with Aronapos. Or Askan, the Bicorn Godi. Starfrost will pop Lightheart, summon itself. Bicorn will activate its effect, which haven't seen any of these in a while, so let's run through what's actually happening. They can target one fish monster they control, one card the opponent controls, and banish them both. So targeting itself and Starfrost. Aronapos will chain because it was sent to the graveyard as synchro material to target a fish monster in the graveyard, banish it, and then add a fish with lower level from deck to hand. Ash Blossom will come out in response to Aronapos, preventing the adding. Chain will resolve. Ash Blossom stops Aronapos. Askan will banish itself and Starfrost. When Askan is banished, it will banish Zep from the grave and summon itself back from banished. Zep will then summon itself back from banish, and then sync together with Askan. The two make Godi of the Deep Beyond. It will use its effect, banishing all cards on the field. Duelist A then activates Scareclaw Arrival, bringing back Reichart. Activates Manadium Obsession, popping Reichart to add Peaceful Planet, Hilarium. Hilarium will add Riamheart. Manadium Obsession will banish itself, summon Riamheart, who will add Meek, and passes turn. Duelist B standby phase, the Deep Beyond will come back. Only sitting on 1,000, gains 500 attack for the number of banished monsters, which is currently just the Vizos and a Max C. From the grave, Shift's effect will activate, banishing itself to bump up Godi. Gets a little bit more of a boost then because a monster was banished, but he's still back down to 1,500. Did not get big enough to get around Riamheart. Duelist A's turn. Duelist B will use Max C. Diff will summon itself back from banish. Player summons Meek, activates another Obsession, attempting to destroy Meek and add a card, but Ash Blossom say no. Instead, they will sync together their two monsters for level 6 Manadium Triscuda. Triscuda's effect will target the Meek, summon it back, which will then sync together with Triscuda for Visas Amritara. It will use its effect, adding Scareclaw Arrival to hand, any spell trap that mentions Starfrost. Lightheart and Grave will then summon itself back to the field because Amritara's effect makes its name treated as Visas Starfrost. Activates Arrival, targeting Reichart, brings him back. All three of his monsters will then link together. For Scareclaw, Tryheart. Beating Max C a little bit much. All monsters go to defense mode. Tryheart will swing over the Deep Beyond and pass. Duels B, 7 cards in hand, summons Lifeless Leafish. Turns to defense mode. It sends away the Octopus, Snopios. Leafish and Schiff will sync together for Aeronopos. Aeronopos will send away Paces. Schiff will banish itself, give a stat boost to Aeronopos. Leafish will banish itself, targeting 3 monsters in the grave, shuffle them to draw 1. That's 1 card and passes. All those cards in hand, but nothing to do with them. Duelist A draws Vanadium Framing. Paces will summon itself, as will Schiff. Schiff will use its effect, syncing together with Aeronopos for Oscan once again. Oscan will target itself and Tryheart. Aeronopos effect will activate again. This time it will resolve, adding Abyss Shark to hand. Oscan will banish itself, but Reichart is unaffected by the effects of monsters in defense mode, so it is not banished. Instead, Oscan will use its effect, banishing Snopios, summoning itself back to the field. Snopios was banished, so it will banish Schiff to add itself back to hand. And Tryheart will swing over Oscan. Snopios will then banish Tuneful Princess and Zep to summon itself. Zep will activate its effect to summon itself back from banish. Snopios' effect will chain. Nothing happens from it, though. Dual speed draws. Schiff comes back once more. Schiff and Zep will link together, making Abyss Keeper. Abyss Keeper will summon Lifeless Leafish from the hand. Leafish will send away another Snopios. Abyss Keeper, not in defense mode, uses its effect, getting rid of both the Paces and the Tryheart. Now the board is wide open. Abyss Shark effect, summoning itself. Adds Ixeep, Omen of the Goody. Summons another Schiff. Schiff and Snopios will sync together for Adamancipator Risen Dragite. Snopios effect, banishing Oscan. Add itself back to hand. Oscan was banished. It will banish the Schiff, summon itself back to the field. Leafish and Abyss Shark will overlay, making Stealth Kragan. Moves to battle. Dragite goes direct. Oscan for follow-up. Kragan also. And the Abyss Keeper for game. Cody actually managed to pull off the win against Visas. Good for them. Enjoyable game. Let's keep the good times rolling. Player uses Junk Converter, pitching itself and Junk Synchron. Effect, Maxi will chain. Converter will add another Junk Synchron to hand. Not taking the challenge, he sets Omni Dragon Brotor and passes. Opponent summons Stratos. Stratos will add Ferris. Ferris will use its effect, discarding Denier, summoning itself. Ferris then puts Increase in the spell trap zone. Increase will tribute Ferris, summon itself, and summon Vion from the deck. Vion will send away Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist was sent away, will add Honest Neos. Vion will then banish Shadow Mist, add Polymerization to hand. Activates Monster Reborn, summoning back Ferris. Chains their own Max C to this. Sure. Ferris on field activates Polymerization, using Stratos with Increase to make Sunrise. Sunrise effect, adding Miracle Fusion. Moves to battle. Ferris will swing, Sunrise effect to pop automatically. Redeclaring attacks, pitching Honest Neos. Ferris goes up to 4,500. Sunrise for the follow-up, and Vion for game. Out of fear of feeding the Max C, Duelist did not play, and so they lost. Looks like Dark Magician, but not a great opener for him. Activates Preparation of Rites, adding Illusion of Chaos. That'll help fix it. Uses Illusion's effect, adding Magician's Rod. Sends back Dark Ruler no more. Summons the Rod, which will add Dark Magic Circle. Activate the Circle, adding Magician's Salvation. Activate Salvation, setting Eternal Soul. Links away Magician's Rod for Artemis Magistus Moon Maiden, and passes. Strongest Dark Magician end board. Duels B, even less to do, full passes. Activates Eternal Soul to add Dark Magic attack. Magician's Rod will tribute Artemis, add itself back to hand. Player draws Apprentice Illusion Magician. Summons the Rod once again, adding Bond between teacher and student. Discards the second Eternal Soul in their hand to summon Apprentice Illusion, which will add Dark Magician to hand. Activates Eternal Soul, summoning the Dark Magician. Activates Bond between teacher and student, summoning the girl, and setting Dark Burning Magic. Illusion of Chaos effect, adding Timaeus the United, sending back Dark Magic attack. Timaeus effect, send away Magician's Salvation to summon himself. Moves to battle, swing with the Rod, swing with Big Tim, Apprentice Illusion, and Dark Magician. Goes for the attack, activates Secrets of Dark Magic, fusing Illusion of Chaos with Dark Magician. To make Master of Chaos. Master of Chaos effect, target Dark Magician, summon it back to the field. Re-attacks with Dark Magician, gets the cool animation, and that's the game. Dark Magician beats player who didn't play. Looks like a hero player, but not a good opener. That Super Poly pass. Hang on, that's not just a hero player. What in... Got Verte, Extra Hero Infernal Devicer, Armitile, Imperium Magnum, Malicious Bane, Dragostapelia, Escuridao, Malicious Fiend, Wild Cyclone, Garura. This is like the Supreme King roleplay. Opponent sets one back row, summons Reactor Slime, using its effect to summon 2 Baby Slimes, and passes. After swinging with the Reactor. Reactor will tribute itself, set Metal Reflect Slime. Passes back to the Dark Hero, activates Feather Duster. Sweep, sweep. There goes the board. Still has to pass. Dual Speed sets 1, keeps the tokens in defense, passes. Draws Max C. Duels B will activate Metal Reflect Slime. During the end phase, passes back to them. 3 monsters on board. Tributes the Reflect Slime for the Egyptian God Slime. Super Poly will now be activated, pitching Dark Fusion, fusing the God Slime with a Slime token to make Garura. Duels B drops a Raigeki. Bye-bye Birdie. Gets to draw a card. Duels B sets 1, activates Ancient Chant, Ash Blossom in response. No chanting in this house. Duelist draws Miracle Fusion, activates a Hero Lives. Skull Invitation comes out. That might put some numbers up. Stratos is summoned. Damage is dealt. Stratos effect, adding another Stratos. Summon the second Stratos. Hopping the invitation. Both Straight Eye will link together. Or the Infernal Devicer. Devicer will reveal Inferno Wing, add Burstinatrix to hand and Avion. Activates Dark Fusion. Avion and Burstinatrix will fuse for Inferno Wing. Activates Miracle Fusion, banishing Stratos and Garura, making Escuridao. Inferno Wing with Piercing swings over the Slime, Devicer, and Escuridao with the follow-up. Will be at 1300. 3 monsters attributed for Sphere Mode. Player then activates Millennium Revelation and passes. Summons Max C, links away the Sphere and the Max. For Verte Anaconda. Activates Supreme King's Castle. Verte will send away. What in God's name was that? Fusion Conscription. It's a fusion spell card. Adds back Avion. Moves to battle. Punch in the face with a plant. Scores 800 to 1450. Duel Speed sets 1. Use the effect of Millennium Revelation, discarding Obelisk the Tormentor to add Monster Reborn. Activates the Monster Reborn, targeting the God Slime. God Slime goes to battle, punches Verte for game. What a strange back and forth that was. I tell you, there's something not quite right with these people. Gold Pride Punk. Gold Punk, if you will. Player activates Contract with Dawn 1000, sets 4, passes. Interesting. Activates Bad Reaction to Samochi. Activates Gift Card. Jane's Gift Card. Dealing 6,000 damage. Then activates Trap Trick. Sends away Paths of Destiny. And this is going to be the game. Paths is activated. Samochi makes the coin flip irrelevant. But we'll watch it anyway. Everybody gets heads. Yet pain is still felt by all. Mochi autoplay wins. Exo Sister. Haven't seen one of you in a while. Summon Sophia. Opponent activates Flying Sea, summoning it to the field. Ellis will summon herself. Sophia will use her effect, draw a card, activates Triple Attack. Looking at the opponent's hand. Opponent is running. Didn't get to see all of that, but we did see Ra. And I think I saw Obelisk. Fear mode goes away. Moves to end phase. Flying Sea prevents XZ summoning. Let me just look at this extra deck. I see Underworld Goddess, Synchros, but mostly XZs. Bummer. Player activates Ice Jade Ron Egrin, discarding Guardian Slime. That's what I saw, not Obelisk. Maxi in response. Maxi resolves. Ron is summoned. Summons a token as well. Guardian Slime effect will activate. Ash Blossom in response to the slime. Ron and token will sync together. I don't think I've ever seen this monster before in my life. Ice Jade Jameer Egrin. Level 10, 3000 by 1500. Quick effect. You can activate this effect. Face up monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects this turn. Not bad. Then, if you activate this effect in response to an opponent's card effect or activation, and your opponent has a card with that name on the field or graveyard, you can banish those cards. If a card is banished by your opponent's card effect while it's in your graveyard, you can special summon it. Not a bad monster. Only downside, it needs a water tuner. But that shouldn't be too difficult. Is the Sword Soul token water? Can't remember. Regardless, Igrin will swing over Sophia and pass. I think Duelist A is going to have to slap their own face with the flying C into the opponent's monster. Summons Irene, activates Pax, Pax adding Martha. Summons out Martha. I was wrong. Alternative option. 5 monsters on board makes Underworld Goddess. White woman jump scare. Underworld Goddess goes to battle. Punch 3000. Opponent activates Guardian Slime. Slime time. Main phase 2, Pot of Prosby for 3. Gets us another Martha. Sets an Imperm and passes. Duels B tributes the Guardian Slime for the God Slime. Guardian Slime effect, adding True Sun God to hand. Activates True Sun God, adding Ancient Chant. Activate Feather Duster. Imperm in response, targeting the God Slime. Imperm swept up, God Slime effect negated, sets 1, passes. Exo player draws Arment. Summons Martha, DD Crow effect, banishing Agrin. Martha effect, she saw a card leave the graveyard. Opponent activates Forbidden Droplet, which was their set card, getting rid of True Sun God, negating 1 Martha effect. But then sets Arment and passes. Duels B moves to battle. God Slime swings at Martha, but Arment will activate in response, turning Martha as 1 material into Michaelis. Michaelis effect, banish the God Slime. Main phase 2, Duels B sets 1, passes back to A. A draws evenly matched. Michaelis effect, detaching material, adding Pax to hand. Activate Pax, getting the 3rd Martha. Why did I say that name? Summons Martha, swings with Underworld Goddess. Opponent activates Ice Barrier. Nothing happens. Ice Barrier will then activate to send Guardian Slime and then add it back to hand. Martha saw a monster leave the graveyard, so she will turn into Michaelis. Goddess swings direct. Guardian Slime comes out. The Michaelis that was just summoned will banish it immediately and then go face for game. And that's going to be the end of that. I'm going to keep this video short, make it nice and digestible for all y'all. Don't know how much time you have to watch me ramble on about card games, but we did see some enjoyable matches. Some weird ones. Most importantly, we didn't see any Bestial, Despia, Kashtira, Tearlament. None of that. We almost saw Tearlament when we had the Jesus player, but we didn't, so we'll call it a win. I hope all of you have a win today. Have a good one. Bye.